Hi guys, Spink here. We're episode 11 of Let's Learn AGEOD Civil War II, and we're continuing on where we left off at the last episode. We got all of our movement done, and we were just ready to do the production. I had a thought while I was watching the last episode, make sure it looked good. Those habeas corpus things we do, and the general things like this, we need to be doing that in these regions here where we have this low level of support, so that can stop the Confederates from putting troops in there. So we still have some of these left. So we're going to do this. Get that in Southern California. Get this one in Central California. This one's not bad. This is probably good enough. We probably don't need one there. Probably don't need one here either, but yeah, let me... What is that? We're at 55 here. Yeah, let's take that out of here. We don't want to... I think I can take them back off. No, apparently not. Well, some of our good loyal citizens are just gonna maybe have to take it for the cause there. Okay, so that's just one last thing I thought that maybe I should do. I wonder if we could do martial law. Apparently not. Oh, that's a national morale point. We don't want to do that anyway. Nope. Okay, so we were ready to do production. We can build ironclads this turn. Let's get back to the right thing here. Okay. We can build ironclads this turn. We can build both the seagoing ironclads and the... let's get out of here. Just put that on all. And we can build the river ironclads. So we're going to need both of them, and eventually. You know, we're going to want to have the ironclads for our for taking on the forts and whatnot, both on the rivers and in the and on the excuse me, the sea ones. Okay, and these are not really sea ones. They're more coastal. You know, so. Okay, but I think before we build those, let's take this over to Middle Atlantic. Maybe build one of these blockade flotillas. That's an awful lot of war supply. 130 to build one of those. River ironclad uses 70. So we could build 2 ironclads, or we can build 1 blockade flotilla. We also have timberclads and just regular gunboats too. I think I ought to build some ironclads. Oh, why can't I build those? Oh, because that's the Mid-Atlantic ones. Silly Willy. Let's go out to the west. There we go. So now we can build these in either St. Louis or that is just St. Louis. That's the west. If I wanted to do, I would have to go northwest to be able to build them here. So I'm going to build them here in Carroll. So we're going to do 1, 2, and that's going to use up a good chunk of our war supplies. I think we do have this force being built here. I don't know if we maybe need to be building some more. Oh, we do have Springfield force. I guess that's the force we were just looking at, and all the rest is New York, Connecticut. We haven't built any cavalry, so maybe we ought to think about building some cavalry. So let's do that. Cavalry in Illinois. How much war supplies did they take? Only 5 war supplies, so we should be doing. Let's build 2 units of cavalry here. And then let's look back in the east. We'll do Mid-Atlantic. And build, let's see, we can do Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New York. And they're all the same, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to build 2 units of Baltimore cavalry here. I think, let's check again. Let's check the other land units, make sure there's nothing we don't want to buy here. Okay, I think I'm going to go back over to, I think we've got enough infantry starting to come in here now that it's not going to be too bad. Let's go back to northwest. Oops, what'd I do? Clicked something. Get back here. Okay. I think I'm going to build another, think maybe a division's worth of infantry back here. What is that? That's 4 war supply, 9 war supply. Iowa, Wisconsin. Yeah, let's look at this. That's 12. Let's look at this Wisconsin unit, I think. Build them here in Madison. 2, that's all we got on them. So we are short war supply now, it looks like. I don't really want to be building any more militia. Artillery, we can build artillery in Wisconsin, so we'll build that up here with them. Gonna have a self-contained unit up there. Okay, next we got to do these decisions again. So this is something I've never really messed with prior to this Let's Play, is messing with things like this habeas corpus. But they definitely seem like something that we need to be taken into account here with this disloyalty in our right in the capital area here. We're going to have to get that dealt with. Okay, do we have a sea mine? No, we don't have our sea mine. Build outposts, partisans, raid, scorched earth. Okay, that's good enough. Defensive works. Prepare defensive positions. All troops are entrenched better, and plus 10% loyalty. Needs a city and at least 3 infantry regiments. And it doesn't look like it has any cost at all. Where would that be? We could do it here in Louisville. Is there any particular reason not to? Let's do that. Doesn't cost anything. Okay. That was our building. We've done the regional decisions, so now I think we are ready to run the turn. I'm going to hit save. I don't think we've got any expected field battles, so it would be only a case of whether the Confederacy moved to the attack. Keep an eye on what Johnson's doing there, right here in the middle. See if he looks like he's going to be moving out. And also Floyd off here we're going to want to keep an eye on. As we get more and more troops in the field, I assume this part of the turn is going to take longer. So at some point I'm going to need to think about cutting this part out, although my experience doing some cutting and splicing in some previous episodes led to the sound getting unsynced. But then again, I was just using Windows Movie Maker, so I assume there's some, maybe a little more sophisticated programs I could be using. Oh, we got rail movement here. Some unit that was here in this Johnston stack is going to move by rail. Yeah, it looks like they're heading back to the valley. Okay, that's fine. Clark, Virginia. Okay. Now our guy here, there we go. I was just going to say that Dan Butterfield still kept his assault posture. So we did this quite smartly. We inflicted 30 losses and took none in return. We did take quite a bit of cohesion damage, as you would expect if we're doing something like this. There should be some disorganization entailed. So we have taken Harper's Ferry. Nashville Squadron. What are we doing here? Oh, he's moving to... We might have a battle here. Nope. Looks like they maybe are building up a force to take on Fort Pickens. Yeah, he just kind of zipped right past our force, just thumbing their nose at him. So he's come up to Winchester. Morgan, West Virginia. Cotton-clad Squadron. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. So Kirby Smith came through with a couple brigades, and they wiped out Schurz's cavalry. So they apparently want through there. Just wiped him out. And just before that, it looked like there was a... boy, I don't even remember what I saw. I saw something, I was going to comment on it just before that came up. Oh, something happened there. Oh, he's moving back this way. Oh, Johnson's come up to Harper's Ferry. Oh, see, they're trying to punch through here now. Union defeat. Banks, how could you fail me? Okay. We had 4 units routed, but we didn't lose any to prisoners. So he was still on the assault. So I don't know if we necessarily got any defense benefit we might have had we not still been on an assault stance. Seriously? Okay. So we inflicted more damage on them though, and we were defeated. Well, we can bounce back because we got better supply. Oh, now he's heading back to Clarksburg. Oh, no he didn't. Okay, so what are we looking at? We've got about 15 minutes left. Let's take a look and go through the that's something to think about. Through the messages. No diplomatic options are available. Now that's probably now going to be the intervene in Missouri. Nope, not seeing it. Confederacy. Oh, here we go. That's why it was. The Confederacy has decided to allow its troops to intervene in Kentucky. And then they decided to intervene in Kentucky. Okay, so that's why ours just disappeared, because it's no longer relevant. Kentucky is now in the war on our side. So if we look at the military control, you see we have strong military control over most of Kentucky just from the get-go. If we look at the loyalty, the loyalty is what, 3? No, that's the strategic cities. Let's take a look. 4 is loyalty. Okay, so they're still pretty loyal to us, which is good. Okay, so Kentucky is now fair game. Confederacy has requisitioned civilian river transport, and they're building new arsenals in Georgia. Some Major General Grant awaiting a new command. He's a problem, I've heard. Doesn't got a real good reputation. Okay, so a merchant ship of the Union has been sunk, minus $5,000 and 1 ton of war supplies. So from whatever they're, that's what I saw. That flashing was a little booming down there before that battle happened. Cavalry and militia units raised to react to West Virginia. Confederate States of America surrendered to us in James City, Virginia. So this is Butler here. So he took over that. Losing 1 unit, we gained 1 victory point and 1 morale point. Well, that's awful nice. So that's kind of climbing back up. Oh, our victory points. We've never seen victory points that high. 153. That's crazy. All right. We are besieging Harper's Ferry, but achieved nothing, but then we assaulted it, and we captured 200 rifles. That's going to give us a war supply gain of some small amount. Captured on the battlefield 2. So for every, when it says 200 rifles, that's going to be 2 war supplies. So for every 100, that's a war supply. And we did take some prisoners. We won this battle. Awesome. While patrolling Gulf blockade, found the Georgia squadron. Oh, that was in here. We inflicted 11 hits on them and was hit 1 time in return. So that's pretty good. Oh, Schurz. Carl Schurz is recovering from injuries in Gettysburg, Adams, Pennsylvania. So not only did his cavalry regiment get wiped out, but he was injured. He was wounded, and we lost that battle. Fort Pickens bombarded the Cotton Clad. No hits. That was the battle of in Harper's Ferry. Fighting capacity crumbled, and Banks' command had no choice but to stop the assault. So he was still on that assault thing, which didn't help. And then we retreated. Western was forced to stop. So we also failed here. But his, look at this. If you look at Floyd's force here, his cohesion is completely gone. His supply looks decent, and our cohesion is not much better, but his is completely gone here. So that's good. And we lost that battle. Butler went to a defensive stance. Got a bunch of ships are now active. A bunch of ships. We've got some troops that are active. A lot of troops. The far west troops are now active, so we're going to have to start dealing with stuff out in New Mexico and whatnot now. The soldiers of the 8th Indiana have been successfully trained. So here we have Halleck. His ability there is training up some of our units from conscript to normal infantry. So that's good. And also Connecticut, so that'll be McClellan doing the same thing out here. And that's what we're after. Salt Lake City Militia, again, same thing. That Atlantic Squadron that we're waiting for it to build up, it's received another ship. We have some brigades have finished training in Springfield. Some artillery in Springfield. The training, that headquarters support unit is done. More units are ready. Those pack trains out on the west coast, they're ready to roll. We took Hampton Roads and gained a little bit of supply. We took Harper's Ferry, gained a little bit of supply. We lost Harper's Ferry. Braxton, West Virginia, our control of that has been reduced. Is that here? Yeah. Okay, so he moved in there, we moved in there, and we had a nice big fight in the mountains. And they took Bowling Green. They're now Bowling Green, Kentucky. Confederate States captured the farmlands. Okay, so let's go back here. Well, we don't need to do that. Our habeas corpus in Arundel, Maryland was unsuccessful. The ones in California were unsuccessful. Merchant Fleet. Dan Butterfield has been congratulated for his actions. Schurz has been blamed for having suffered a defeat before the enemy. Well, yes, he did. Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left. Let's take a look in Washington. Let's look at McClellan's force here. See, now we're up to 749 power, so we're starting to recover. Looks like our cohesion is fully recovered. All of our units appear to be at full cohesion. It will tell us here. Should tell us here. It doesn't tell us here. I think that might be so his cohesion is at full. All of our cohesion is at full. We still got some guys that can take some hits or that whatnot, but that's okay. Let's see who else is here. start taking a look at what we actually have in this region that we can do something with. All of our forces now that we have in this region give us up to 1123, so we actually can put up a fight should something happen. Now let's go through this stack, and I'm going to take this headquarters, or this hospital unit, since he is a fixed unit, and I'm going to take him out of there and stick it back in here because we don't need that anymore. So we're going to have to figure out where to put these guys. We might need to kind of have an interlude where we think about strategy again. Our habeas corpus is still going here. What's our loyalty looking like? Wow, Confederate loyalty 61%. We definitely need to up this. Banks got here just in time to take responsibility for this defeat. Johnston here. I wonder if these guys are looking to try to break out and cause some trouble up there. What we've got here, it looks like possibly we only have cavalry. Oh, but look here where it says also here. T. Holmes force 7 units, so I bet that's a pretty serious force. Probably take the at least some substantial portion of this force and get back down into Alexandria here so that we can keep control of that. I would like at some point fairly soon to take control of the south bank of the Potomac here. We don't need to be having Confederate forces potentially interdicting our sea access here. Butler, I suspect we're going to be moving him up there. Well, rather than just jabbering, let's do what we know we were going to do up here. Okay. We got up here in California. We have these pack trains. They're all fully supplied. We got 1,200 supply here. That's pretty good. 84 supply here. Oh, it looks like we've broken the siege that was here. We don't see that siege icon anymore. His supply is completely gone. Now that's completely gone there. Southeastern California. I don't think that we have enough force here to defeat this unit. We just have the single unit of regulars here, regular infantry, pre-war infantry here, and a battery of artillery. And they did build another one here, so they do have four of these Copperhead contingents of whatever force they are. They look to be about as strong as militia. And that the bottom one, the number 5th Rebels, he's already taken some damage. So I think if we just kind of hang out here, they're gonna start wasting away. I kind of hate to move these guys all the way back up here to deal with this and then have to move them back. But I guess we can maybe do some sea move because we're on a. Why would that be sea move? We don't have a port here. I don't know, but we'll put him up here, or not a sea move necessarily, but a riverine movement. No. Rail movement. No. It's gonna take him 26 days to get up here. Anyway, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna get up there and smack this guy. While that's happening, we're gonna bring our pack trains down. I think with the force we have here, we should be okay. It shouldn't be a problem. Can we railroad or no, we can't do anything with those. So we're good there. We take care of this. We're going to build our depot here. Looks like it'll be 2 turns because we'll get at 15 days worth of movement at most if we're not delayed. So we're looking at actually building this late September, so even it might even be November, and by the time we get this set up, with the weather might be shutting it down too. But we should be able to work our way down through here. I don't know if any of these are strategic towns. Strategic towns. El Paso is. It doesn't look like any of these are. Sacramento is. El Paso is, and Santa Fe is. So let's look at what our options are here in right here. We have a unit that is taking 8 points per turn to supply, and it's just 2 regiments of irregular cavalry, or of light cavalry. So we could actually train these up. If we had a training unit, we could train these up to be regular cavalry. But they're probably an irregular force raised by Carson from the local citizenry, I would suspect. We could bring these down to Fort Craig and then have a leader there, but our supply situation here is already not great. I wonder what our force here would be if we got rid of one of these artillery batteries. I don't know, do we just sit here and live off that supply wagon? Don't know. I really don't want to move Carson down here to link up with his force, or we're just going to eat through this supply even faster. So, because he's using 8 supply a turn, and this force is using 12 a turn. So that would be a substantial increase to our. I think we'll just leave them right here and see what the. Keep an eye on what this guy's doing. Basically, be on the defensive in this area until we get our supply situation worked out here. There's no rush. You know, I think we have a supply line that we can get here, and I think whatever the Confederacy has is less so as far as what they'll be able to build in here. This is only a level 2 town. Build 6, Fort Bliss 9. Better than what we've got. I mean, that's 27 supply per turn they can get. So if you think about this guy as being 8 with a brigade and 2 batteries, so they would be able to supply something at least that size. We may end up having to fall back a bit here before we get this done. So we'll keep that going there. Our force is being built back up here. Lots of leaders. We're just going to have to start distributing some of these leaders out of here. We do need to get a force up here to block whatever Johnston is gonna do here, because that's going to be not optimal for us. What's our supply situation here? We don't have any depots in their path till we get to Harrisburg. What's the weather? Now the weather, it's all mud here now. That's good. So whatever, it's late September, it's mud, so even if they wanted to create a little havoc back here, they're going to be it's going to be a little tough for them to do so, just due to the weather now. That's woods and that's hills. So I would suspect with the weather they're going to stay home, but I don't know. What's this guy? Okay, these guys are already trained. So anybody that still needs trained, I think will leave here. That still has these conscript forces. Who still has conscripts in them. I don't know if we're going to have that luxury. Cavalry unit completely wiped out. What can we bring with us? Some of these, the Irish Brigade, the California Brigade, these are some good strong forces. The Washington Brigade. We'll say we'll take these 3 brigades. Let's see. We'll give them to Burnside since he is our ranking leader. Even so, everybody probably is saying, no, give him to Hooker. Yeah, should give him to Hooker, but we're going to bring them to Fredericktown, Maryland here. Frederick, Maryland, and we're going to put them on a rail move. This should get us there in 3 days and have a fairly decent blocking force there. Banks is going to fall back 87 days. What? Did he already? Oh, 21 days. He was already falling back into there. Let's take him back here. Wow, 37 days. He's not getting out of there. Oh, you know what? I betcha that we still have a decent military control over this area. We do. We do. Okay, so we can actually, because we still have enough military control over this, we can get him out of here by rail. So what if we were to do this? 37 days still. Which way are you going, dude? Maybe we can't use the rail. Can we move him to here? Yeah, 1 day by rail. We got him out of there. We get him out. And this other force, he will meet up there with Burnside's force. So between the two of them, they should have a decent force here to be able to give Mr. Johnston some pause here. So that should be good there. Okay, so we got him out of there. We were going to try to reoccupy Alexandria. So what if we just take all of McClellan's force here and send it up there? Maybe grab maybe 6 generals here. Make sure we don't have McClellan. And put them in with that army. We don't need all of these leaders here. This isn't too bad. So we'll put McClellan now back out here. He can just march. Well, what's the railroad doing? Our railroad movement is already sitting in the red. If we were to move them, look at that rail. Look at that rail capacity here now. Boom. That's what happens when you move a big force. So we don't really want to do that, considering our naval. I think we're out of time again already. Well, we'll stop at this point. I'll try to remember where I'm at, and I'll put a break right here, and then I'll just try to continue on just where we're at. So save it, and I will see you next time.